Hello, I'm Anne, and I'm continuing in the next 2 days our studies in John 16, our reflections in John 16. And for the next 2 days, we're looking at John 16, verses 16 to 22. So perhaps you'd like to pause the video now and read those verses for yourself. Welcome back. Do you ever sit with a friend or a family member and watch a film or a TV programme? I do this quite a bit. And one of us will choose something, and often we choose something that maybe we've seen, but the other person hasn't. But we are very disciplined. We do not tell each other what's going to happen next. And this passage we've just read feels as if we're sitting with the disciples and we would long to say, trust him, it's all going to turn out all right. What he's saying about, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me. Jesus knows what he's talking about. We see the end of the story, but they didn't. They were mystified. After all these years of teaching, they were still mystified. Why? Well, when I was researching this, I found that most disciples would expect to follow their rabbi for 12 to 15 years. Were they feeling shortchanged? They knew they hadn't gone down the normal route of being a disciple, that Jesus has called them individually and not from the top tier of rabbinical studies. He'd just called them from their ordinary lives. But they probably thought, well, we need longer with you, Lord, because we need to learn more. So, hang on, we've only had 3 years. And also, they had heard him say much about he was being this Messiah. And they had their expectations of what a Messiah was, would be, would do. They knew that the Messiah would destroy Israel's foes. He would rebuild the temple. The temple was still standing. It didn't need rebuilding. The Roman army of occupation, they were still in power. And how much in power? People lived in fear. And he hadn't destroyed them. What was going on? Did they have their own thoughts? This isn't working out the way we thought it was going to work out. What is going on? Oh, we had hoped to follow Jesus for longer. And are we like that? When life throws up a sudden problem, or we don't get the job we want, or we don't have the freedom we want perhaps because of pain or family circumstances to do what we want, do we question, what are you playing at, God? Do we trust, as the disciples had to learn to trust, that Jesus still does know best? He knows each of us. He calls us by our names. He knows what is in our best interests. Do we remember that, like me, when I sit down to watch a film with a friend and I've already seen the film, I see the whole picture. But we don't see the whole picture in our lives. We only see partially. And we can think, oh yes, I've got it sussed out. I know where the next step is. But is it God's next step for us? Is it really God's next step? God sees the whole picture. We only see partially. Shall we finish with a prayer? Dear Lord, may we trust you even when life doesn't make sense. Help us to remember that your ways are not our ways. Forgive us for the times we are confident that we have the solution. Keep us prayerfully remembering that you see the whole picture. We only see partially. Amen.